Hello and welcome to the Free Cheese episode 201. I'm your Joe Dix, joined tonight by Marc Augustiniak.
How's it going?
Matt Sellner.
Hello.
The Free Cheese, the weekly video game podcast about video games brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. Wow. What a show do we have planned today? A little bit of what we've been playing. A little bit of, Electronic 3 2017 conversation.
What was that?
E3.
What?
Remember?
E3? That happened?
Dogs are a little, yes. Yes, it happened. Lots of it happened. 6 times it happened over the last 6 weeks it happened. Man. You know how, like, you kind of sit and you're like, man, I want Christmas to last forever. Like, this is, maybe you don't.
No.
Maybe you don't want that.
Yeah.
You just, there it is.
They're tired. I'm tired. I wish
They
I
are.
could join them.
Yes. Oswald and Earl have joined the podcast via the couch. There they are. They're a little exhausted from E3. I'm a little exhausted from E3.
I'm tired.
My throat still feels kind of shitty, and like the back of my nose.
Yeah, my throat. I'm starting to feel it now.
Yeah. We inhaled a lot of lighter fluid.
Am I the only one that survived?
Trying to spit hot fire. That's why.
Yeah. Taste the meat, not the heat.
Minotaur.
Huh?
You said taste the meat, but I was thinking like taste the beast.
Ah.
Minotaur.
Got it. Yeah, we got a little bit of a show. We probably won't go as long as we normally do. I wouldn't assume that we would, but I mean, we say that all the time, and then we end up recording for 3.5 hours. So, who knows? But how are you guys doing otherwise? Besides exhaustion and hypertension and
I'm doing good.
yeah.
Orioles are playing like shit. That's the issue in that. They've lost badly the last 3 nights.
Well, that makes sense.
How?
Well, think about it. Okay, put yourself on the bench. You're there. You know you're almost up to bat, but you still got a couple guys ahead of you. All right, well, let me take a look. Let me just see what's happening at Electronic 3. Your head's not in the game, and who could blame an Oriole for that? Other
I
things
wish
are
that was the reason.
It's probably the reason.
It's not that.
It's the unspoken reason.
It's probably the
It's
reason.
the pitching. When you let up
Again?
10 runs a game.
Again, who has time to pitch correctly and allow for strikeouts when your mind is...
Ball in one hand, stream in the other.
Yeah. Your mind's looking forward to 2018 where everything's waiting for us. Come on. 2017 will be fine, but 2018 seems like it's where it's at. Mark, how are you?
My eye hurts.
Which one?
My left one.
Go to the eye doctor. Get a little...
Well, here's the thing. I just with my new job, I just got my health benefits, all that stuff. Got the cards in the mail and everything. Then there's a notice like a week later. Oh, hey, we're changing our health insurance,
Of course.
and that's not effective until July.
You should still
Well,
have
your
active
stuff-
insurance.
Yeah, your stuff
Yeah,
should be fine until June. Or
Yeah, but I'm
till
not
that
gonna
date.
try to do stuff now.
Well, why not?
When because I have to go back and switch everything again.
You walk in there, you say, yo, fix my eyes real quick, and then in July you get new health service and you move forward anyway.
Yeah.
You just walk in now.
Give them the
Hey.
information now, and then they will bill you from that information you provided at that time.
I'm exhausted thinking about it. I'm good.
It's good. It's good.
Other than that, yeah, things happened.
Yeah, there were announcements. If you want to hear about all those announcements, we kind of recapped everything per conference as each of them were happening. So go back and listen to that if you're kind of, looking for more of the information side of things. This is going to be more of our standard fare. What we've been playing. How do we feel now that the dust has settled, so to speak? What are we still excited about, confused about, looking forward to, and maybe not looking forward to after we see Tails talking in the top right corner over and over again during gameplay?
Predictions.
Our prediction results, indeed. We will find out who won. Just right now, gut feeling, which one of us had the strongest?
Are we going by conference or all cumulative?
Cumulative. See?
I think Earl's the winner right now.
Earl wins.
I don't know. I'm usually.
I knew I hit a couple like spot on, so I know I got a couple solid points. I just don't know if once again, I don't know how we're tallying these points either, because if I'm getting half, I got
see,
it.
this half shit,
I got it.
No.
Cumulative halves. I got it.
Mm,
Have a lot of halves.
we'll find out. We'll see when we get there.
I deleted my list, but I kept the ones that I was pretty much got. I think there's two I'm not. Well, yeah, there's two I'm not sure about.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see indeed. Cool. Well, why don't we move into a little segment we call Now Playing, where we talk about what we've played in the last week, or, in the last 6 months as we've been during E3. Yeah. What have you guys been playing? Mark?
Mostly just one game. Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Liking it a lot more than I thought I was going to.
So what is Friday the 13th?
It is a online multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually, it can go up to 1 versus 7.
Okay.
Counselors versus Jason.
Is this random people? So if...
You can either do private parties with friends and have them go together and fight other people online. I mean, other people can join you if you don't have like a full party.
But you need the full 7 before you can actually do a game. Is that correct?
Not particularly. You can ready up just about whenever. Like,
okay.
You can even do just like
1v Jason?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can.
All right. Very good. And this is an Adam Sessler joint, so I understand. He's involved with it somehow. But yeah, so it's like Evolve but good.
It actually no.
Okay.
Not like Evolve at all.
All right.
I really don't know how to describe it. It's just kind of like its own thing.
Someone's Jason, the rest are camp counselors.
Right, but there's like a slight I wouldn't say role playing, but there you can level up every character, and you can get perks and different stuff to customize each counselor and Jason. There's different Jasons to choose from. There's different survivors you can be, and
Is that a profile level up, or is that an in-match level up?
It's like your profile.
Okay, so the more you play, the better you'll have.
Yeah, and then and every character's different stats, what they're good at, what they're not.
Yeah.
And then also depending on your perks, which are random every time. Then there's the crappy ones to the really rare ones, and if you don't like the ones you have, you can sell them, try to get more points to re-roll or something. But yeah, you just either have to try to escape somehow, survive the time limit, or if you know how to kill Jason, kill Jason.
Take him out. And you can just run up, shoot Jason in the mouth, game over?
No, if you shoot him, he just falls over and he's stunned for a bit. Any gun in the game, it's only a rifle and it's only one bullet.
So how do you kill him?
It's a bit of a...
Can't. Have you ever seen the Jason movie?
Yeah.
Matt had
No,
the question.
dude, it's very convoluted, I feel like. So, when you're Jason, you start off in your little shack, and you have your mom's head on the table with her sweater and a machete.
Yeah, makes sense.
Oh, she talks to you. She says, Dad, you have to kill them all.
Mm-hmm.
And so somebody has to go in and get her sweater. Yeah, first you have to find Jason's house.
Okay.
Get the sweater. Wear the sweater.
Right.
And then some female character who is wearing a sweater, because there's characters who start off with a actual sweater that's not Jason's mom's.
Yeah.
You have to knock off Jason's mask with a machete.
Uh-huh.
Put the mask in your inventory, and then somebody has to die, and then come back. You can get resurrected as Tommy Jarvis, like if you call in a radio thing.
All right.
So whoever dies, you kind of get a redemption to try again to win the game. So you come back as Tommy Jarvis, who's one of the survivors in the Friday the 13th movies, who's fought him. And now then Jason has to get stunned, and then Tommy has to be the one with the machete to do a delivering final blow to the head. Then murder him. It's a lot. And that's a hard thing to pull off if you're playing with people who don't know what to do. People are just playing just to play. Random people. If you're not playing with actual friends who are on the same wavelength with you, we're trying to coordinate and cooperate and get all that done. That's gonna be really hard to pull off.
So all those steps you just said, you lost me at step 2. Is that something that's brought to you in the game, or is that something you just kind of learn through failing time and time again?
They don't tell you anything.
Perfect.
My friend looked it up online. So I don't know how they
found
out.
Are there more ways to kill Jason potentially?
No.
Or
Any other way just stuns him, knocks him down for a bit.
So you have to do this specific order. What's the longevity of a game like this?
A match usually can.
I mean, long term.
Oh, just like a replay value on it.
Because I'm thinking about that. Like, I feel like once we would kind of get together and kill Jason, I maybe would want to do that one more time.
More so, you'll be escaping the camp than anything.
Okay.
Or dying. Like, Jason's pretty overpowered.
And it's always same camp, same map?
I think it's like 3 different camps right now.
Okay.
But the items in it are always random. There's usually 2 to 3 ways of escaping, or 4. You can either call the cops and wait it out.
Sure.
You can try to start up a car. When you have to get the gas, you have to get the battery, you have to get the keys. They're hard to find. Same thing for a boat. But there's a 4-seater car, a 2-seater car, and a 2-person boat, I think. And people just usually leave you behind. It's like everyone fends for themselves, unless you actually do work together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in Jason, as time goes on, you unlock all your different little abilities that you can have. You can teleport on the map anywhere. You can do a little fast forward motion teleport, like short distance to follow someone. You can be quiet and stalk and hear the other people talk to each other.
Like over game chat?
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then so depending on the Jason, sometimes there's a rage mode that kicks in, so you don't have to chop down doors. You just walk right through it. Just walk through walls and everything.
All right.
Yeah. It's really cool. Like, I didn't know there was like all this like depth to it with the details for like.
Yeah, I didn't anticipate that.
And I mean, like, the game doesn't look that great.
No?
I mean, it's a small little indie team working on it. Their last, I forgot the last game they worked on was. It was something pretty small. So this is like their first like big game, like big budget game. So I think it's not bad for what it is, and they are constantly updating it. So it's still getting a lot of support, but it's so campy. Like, even when they show the companies off, it's like you're watching old VHS.
That's cool.
So with a series like that, a franchise that is campy in more ways than one, even literally, and then the game itself not being that great and kind of buggy, but it kind of is funny. Like kind of like when Red Dead was really glitchy at first before it got patched. It's like that level of funny.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I don't know. I feel like it works. I like it a lot. It's a game that you could play just pass time with friends. It's one of those games.
Does Jason have his signature blue and purple color scheme from the NES game?
I haven't seen that yet.
And follow-up
I wouldn't be
question:
surprised if that's a thing.
does the game have that dope music from the NES game?
Not yet.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, no.
That there's not the bad music.
Oh.
There's that title screen music that's actually really, really good.
Oh.
No.
Yes.
I'm not sure. Not from what I've heard. I mean, there's nothing chiptune-y. There's nothing like that. But
Third question based off the NES game.
Yeah, of course.
Does it have the best game over screen known to man? You and your friends are dead. Game over.
I believe it does say something very similar.
Good,
All right,
good.
Yeah, so you got to pay homage to that.
Yeah,
so-
Jason has very good dynamic kills too.
Huh. Yeah.
I've seen some snippets of them. Yeah,
Yes.
they look pretty good.
Yeah.
If you want to see a little bit of that old NES game, Mark and I played that back in November when we built our own NES Classic when we couldn't buy one. Remember that?
I do now. I try to forget.
I know. Well, you have one. I never got one. Thanks, Nintendo.
Yeah, but for $40, I really think it's not that bad.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I want to take a look at it. Did you stream any of it?
No.
All right.
I wouldn't mind doing that though. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Do that or grab a little video clip. Take a look at it. Let's see. It has potential.
Yeah.
Why are you making this face? You're making that matte face like you just like.
It's something where it's like
Like you
definitely
found
one of those games
I-
when you're watching it, you're like, ugh, it looks kind of boring, but you really have to be playing because the tension is there.
Yeah.
Even for like a multiplayer game,
Yeah.
like it's not scary, but the stress is there.
Well, I'm sure if you're like trying to do those things, get the gas, get to the car, and you turn around and that motherfucker's right behind you, that's a terrifying thing. So
Yeah.
I can.
No, I was always intrigued by this game. I never thought I would get it, but then hearing you talk about it, I was like, I don't know. $40 isn't that bad.
I'm sure it'll go on sale soon.
Considering I have to get over the hump to get my $15 credit somehow. It was just going to be me pre-ordering Crash. It could be this. I don't know.
I don't know. Earl knows.
Earl knows everything.
Earl knows the key to my heart. Matt, what you been playing?
Really? Only one game.
All right, this is a one-game podcast.
Mass Effect, Andromeda.
How's that going?
I don't think I like this game.
Oh, shit. All right.
I'm going to see it through, though.
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna hope it gets better.
Okay. What happened?
I don't know. I think I just got burned out playing it.
Yeah.
I don't like the character. There's not really a single character that I liked as much as I liked in the original cast of crew. Scott Ryder is not Commander Shepard.
Okay.
We don't got this.
No, we don't.
No. I don't know. It's the planets are diverse for the most part. I mean, and there's the mission structures. I mean, it's kind of the same trope over and over again, but the other games did that too. It's just I thought like once I got my powers up and the combat kind of evolved for me,
Yeah.
that would be the thing to mix it up and keep me going. But it's the same enemies time and time again. There's no really different races besides the alien race and the remnant. You might see a pirate here and there, but that's like a space pirate, like an outcast from the Nexus. I'm not having the greatest time with it anymore. So I've decided that I bought Prey.
Oh, good.
Have not played it yet because I've kind of made myself. Because once I start Prey, I'm not going back to Mass Effect.
Yeah.
So I'm making myself finish Mass Effect. I hope it.
Do you think you're at the end of it, or?
That's the thing. I'm fast forwarding this a little bit. I'm not doing the mad approach that I normally do. I finally have come to terms that there's just no way I'm going to complete the game to my standard, in any reasonable amount of time. So I've decided I'm just going to get to the point where I can do all the loyalty missions for my crew because they're back from Mass Effect 2. I've actually already completed one and probably just about half of the rest of them because there's multiple steps in this, unlike the other game. And then just the priority missions, which are your story missions. So I'm going to keep powering through those. Hopefully I can beat it within the next, I'm thinking 10 hours, I hope. But yeah, I got the groundwork laid out. I think last time we talked about Mass Effect, I said about the viability rates on like the planets to get outposts and stuff. I got 100% on all those planets. So like the groundwork for like anything that I would need from them is ready to go.
Yeah.
I have a feeling there's going to be like this readiness kind of thing to it, like Mass Effect 3 had, where like the more you did, the more you're prepared for like a final battle. So having 100% all the main hub worlds, I'm good to go there. Now I can just focus on loyalty missions and priority ops and be done with the game. I hate traveling from point A to point B in that game.
Yeah.
And like not in planet, but traveling the galaxy, because there's so many times where like the mission's like, all right, go to this planet, go to this point, talk to this person, and then you do that and was like, all right, you have to go back to the main Nexus hub. And it's like, oh, that's not fun, because then I have to load back onto the ship. I have to load into the solar system the Nexus is in. Load into the Nexus. Go to the tram in the Nexus and go to the spot I have to go to. All right, I talk to that person. I have to go to another planet. All right, so now I leave that person. Go back to the tram in the Nexus. Loading screen. Get to the section where my ship is. Get to the ship. Loading screen.
It sounds
in
like
the
chores.
Ship. Go into the galaxy map. Load into that solar system, of course, because it's in a different solar system that this planet is in. Go there, load in. Load into the planet. And then some planets have multiple sections that you have to load into.
No.
It is a fucking nightmare to go from point A to point B.
No, it doesn't sound like a good time.
And that is a lot of what I'm doing now, because I'm done all like the main hub. Like the viability things were fine because I was staying on the planet for the whole 2 hours, but these other missions now, I'm bouncing back and forth between planets, and it's really, really annoying.
No.
So yeah, you see how you got that defeated, Tony. You're not even playing the game.
Yeah, because I've been there. I know exactly what that feels like. Like that kind of just like
fucking. I mean, it's like PS1 era. This was like reminding me of like every little thing, like Digimon World. So many loading screens. It was like, I don't know how I put up with it.
Especially when you want to see something through to the end, but like, I don't know, like Final Fantasy 15 got that way for me after a while, where like I still kind of want to go back and finish that, and I really was like getting it along the way, but I got to the final chapter, and then I was like, oh, I got all those side quests I should go back to do. Let me go do that, and then it just felt like chores, and I don't know, games should never feel like
and that's what I committed to. like once I do it, once I break that mentality once, like I have no problem doing it for the rest of the game. And as soon as I left like the second planet early with like missions to do,
Yeah.
like this level of like stress was lifted off of me. So I'm gonna kind of keep going.
That's how I feel about Zelda a little bit.
Really?
I'm like slightly overwhelmed because it's like so much to do. And I feel like if they made another game, they don't have to make a map this big. They could totally scale it down and I'd be okay with it.
It was a lot of map to run around in.
I have a suggestion.
You
Just go straight to the center?
Yeah, you just see half the map, then go to the center.
I wanna,
then
like I want to beat all the beasts outside of the castle first.
You don't need to do that.
Fucking goddamn
See half the map. You're fine. That part you said you hated? The what, Mount Doom or whatever?
I beat that finally.
Yeah, but I didn't have the experience. Like, there it is.
But I'm glad I went there, so I can appreciate how much I really hate it.
Mm.
You know?
Talking about Death Mountain?
Yeah.
Nah, I liked it. I love that whole game's really good. Really, really
The game is good. I just
Yeah, the game's really good.
That's my least favorite place.
All half of the
so
map
far.
I saw.
Besides raining all the time, it's probably the only perk is that it never rained there.
Fair. Fair. Well,
Bad.
That doesn't.
Sorry.
I wouldn't. I'm glad that I never got into that series.
Review coming soon.
Can't wait to see how that one turns out. Yeah. Well, I played a little more than just one game. And you guys did too, because we played it together. Played Dragon's Crown a little bit, which I kind of jumped back into on the Vita after we talked about Odin Sphere a few weeks back. And then we had kind of talked about it on the podcast, like, we should play some Dragon's Crown. And then finally we sat down and we recorded a thing, which will go up Monday. You should keep your eyes out for that if you're interested. But yeah, Dragon's Crown's really good. And I always played through as the elf, the archer character. I never experienced any of the other ones. And playing through as a sorceress, so much fun. Really changed the dynamic of that game. Yeah. I like something with a little bit of range. I don't like to get in close and beat the shit out of something.
That's me.
Yeah.
I mean, also, I do like range as well.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, it's just something...
Just sit back and just cast bullshit.
Just like punching things.
That's fun, too. But that game feels totally brand new to me, playing it in a group setting.
It's different. Not what I had in my head. But I think I should just probably stop doing that.
It's a little claustrophobic with all of us on screen.
At some parts, it can be.
Yeah.
Some fights, they tend to stretch out the map, which is good.
Yeah. A little button mashy, but fun.
There's a beat 'em up though.
Yeah.
They're all button mashy.
Yeah, but this is like, there's a lot of detail in this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
A lot more than what I anticipated.
Yeah. There's a lot under the surface.
It's not bad, but it's like, yeah, that's definitely a lengthy game.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I read about 20 hours per character.
And then it's going to be like
campaign.
another 20 just setting everything up. And
Yeah. So, yeah, seems cool. But played that, and then I've kind of jumped back into that on Vita a little bit.
Yeah, I can't wait to get like further now where it's like we're like stronger enough and
Say
like
you
small
have,
enemies are nothing. You got this good gear and you're like, man, this is such a struggle in the beginning, but then it's just smooth sailing after a certain point. I'm waiting for that moment to happen.
Yeah, like your skill tree is developed. You got some abilities that help the team while like destroying enemies. Yeah, I can see it getting pretty good.
Yeah. No, it's a fun one. I remember that came out 2013. I got it. I was super stoked about it, and then I kind of just petered out on it because I just didn't have anybody to play with. But yeah, now we're playing it and it's fun. And then a little game called Dissidia Final Fantasy NT was announced to leave the arcades, come to the PlayStation 4 early next year, and that's all it took for me to kind of get kicked right in the ass again. Go chasing after some Final Fantasy dreams, and I picked up Theatrhythm Curtain Call for 3DS, which is a rhythm game that features every song ever.
That's
from
such a
Final
smart approach
Fantasy.
because everybody praises Final Fantasy for its music, and they're like, you know what? Then let's
Yeah.
do something about that.
And it's really cool. So you play through, you pick your team based on whoever your favorite characters are. So, you'll unlock more characters throughout time. And pro tip, if you're going to buy the game, if you get the demo beforehand and play the demo, you get 10 characters extra to choose from the start. You get them, you build your team of 4, and then you start playing through it. And it starts off, you can only just kind of play a song and get through it. And as you play and you're successfully doing, the rhythm game, the characters are fighting and attacking an enemy. Or it depends, because there's 3 different types of songs. There's field songs, battle songs, and third type I don't remember because I haven't really gotten to it yet. Field songs are going to advance your characters across the field, just kind of like whatever, but it's typically a different style of rhythm game. Mm-hmm. Whereas the battles are just straight up like, let's hit buttons in time. And
because I think the field, if I remember correctly, is that when like you start building up things for your characters,
right,
like stats and whatnot. Yeah.
And you'll level up your characters, you'll gain new abilities and all those types of things. And it is an RPG inside of a rhythm game, which is really cool. The art style's weird, this weird little chibi thing that's...
Yeah, I always think they're like puppets.
Yeah.
Or something, like little dolls.
Yeah, it seems like that because it's got this like whole stage thing going for it. But it's just fun. I don't know. Playing through, hearing the songs again, like you're immediately thrown back to that whatever game it came from.
Probably saved them a lot of time with animation.
I don't know, but yeah, it super good. Challenging in the right way. There's 3 different modes of difficulty, and you can choose them at any time that you want. And in fact, you're encouraged to try all of them because you'll see as you play through each song, there's little tiny markers on the right-hand side that kind of mark your rating next to a different color, indicating which level of difficulty you completed it on. So you're kind of encouraged to, at least, in that way, to go back and actually play through it on every single difficulty and it's a lot, but it's a fun game. I've kind of looked at for a really, really long time, and then it was like $12 on Amazon. And I was like, well, I can't not.
That's a good deal.
Yeah. No, it's been fun. It's been my E3 is crazy. I'm just going to lay in bed before I fall asleep.
Something
and
low key.
Just play this a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I don't have it yet.
This fucker. I saw it happen. I couldn't stop it, and I apologize to all of our viewers or listeners and viewers, because we'll probably end up having to watch it too at some point, unfortunately.
What happened was I said, if Nintendo announces Virtual Console today, then I'll have stuff to do during the week. If they announce something for me to play, then I'll play that during the week. And right now, there's nothing here. So, went ahead, got myself a hot copy. Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13. And I'll be diving into that as soon as it arrives in a day or so. $9 on the Amazon.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Nope. Square Enix should be paying you to play that piece of
No, you didn't even play it.
shit. Don't have to. I played the first 3 hours of 13, and
they
any game after 13,
how do you know they didn't learn their lesson?
the review scores speak for themselves.
I thought 13 got pretty decent reviews.
Whatever.
Or Lightning Returns.
Whatever. There shouldn't have even been a second game to this franchise, let alone a third game to this franchise. When you have 7, 10, 10 2 is trash. 10 2 is trash.
Having to summon Oshivo and when they're twins and they transform into a motorcycle, that's something.
What, 13? Does it have in 13?
13-2.
13 2.
I'll never know.
All the summons are vehicles. They're transformers.
Oh my god. I'll never know because I'm going right to 13.3, the good one. But yeah, that'll be a fun time that I'll embark on pretty soon. I can't wait.
13 is the origin of my hate for Final Fantasy. I hope you know that. Notice I speak highly of 7 and 10 and all the other ones I've played.
What was so bad about 13 for you?
It was fucking boring. I ran in a straight line for 3 hours. and I hated
A literal
a
straight
bunch
line.
of those characters.
I mean, the
you
game,
went left and then right, but you couldn't divert from the path.
People would dub the game Final Hallway 13.
I know this. I'm just
But-
asking. I'm curious why you hated it so
And
much.
some of those characters, there was that chick with the pink hair. I was just fucking. I had blood coming out of my ears whenever she opened up her mouth.
Oh, you're talking about not Lightning. No, it's one of the people you play as, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
at some
yeah.
point.
I forget her name. It's
Blood out of the ears, literally.
no, I've seen people complain.
And
about
then
that.
there's the dude in the white jacket. He just seemed like a major bro, but it was the Japanese bro. Snow, what's his name? Yeah.
Dude, he's a brawler. He's like your Tifa, but minus boobs.
Yeah, no boobs.
He's just
bro.
a 6-foot dude, and like you wear different jackets that instead of like equipment for your weapon, they have a different like emblem on your back, and he just punches things.
I've also done a good job of trying to block out those kinds of details from my mind because I hated that experience so much.
What are you doing tomorrow night?
I actually
Game will be here. You want to come hang out?
I actually like I have
gotta
13,
rewatch EA's press conference.
I have
again.
13 on Steam because I wanted to just see for myself, and I didn't realize like there's a lot of lore jam packed into that game.
Mm-hmm.
But what I don't like about it is there's a notification. It'll tell you, hey, there's something new here. Fine, that's fine, but you actually have to view everything in order to get rid of it. So your OCD is like amped up to 20.
Cool.
It's so much. It was like for every enemy you run into, you have a little model viewer for it, and then all this like info on like the history of this land and everything.
It's
Yeah, and then
13
multiply that by like 5 for every cutscene in the first hour of the game because all like
The combat was basically auto for me. I didn't understand it.
it's
It's
auto
like
battle.
It's like a paradigm.
Yeah, well,
or
I didn't get
something.
that far to see the different paradigms because I was literally I could put down the controller and beat an enemy.
The part of the story that was in the beginning, I liked where it was going. Like this rebellion going against some big.
And then something happens and you fall to some crystal lake. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fucking dumb.
Sounds good.
There's a guy with a baby chocobo in his head. It's
Yeah,
nuts.
and then that girl opened her mouth and made your ears bleed.
Well, Vanille. I think
Oh,
is her name.
I don't. Was that Vanille?
I think it's her name.
I don't know. I'm excited. I can't wait to talk about it next week.
I feel like I have something to do next week.
Yeah, I'm curious on what that game looks more like, because the first one had like a weird like sci-fi theme to everything with the fantasy, and like usually I'm kind of okay
you know
with that
what?
in some
Let me
aspects, like
put my
Fantasy Star.
phone-
But this was like, I don't know. I couldn't get comfy. My eyes couldn't get comfy with it.
I remember the demo liking that quite a bit.
But
on
she
Lightning
it looked like she had a
Returns.
big wardrobe change by the third one. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if she's like a god or something at that point.
I don't know, man.
She has all this armor.
I'm hoping it recaps the first 2 games because I'm not going back and playing those. I don't have time. But Lightning Returns, I'm in.
I had to put on my private browser to search Final Fantasy 13 cast. Don't want to correlate my search history with that game at all.
It's okay. Bing doesn't track you, so
It does though.
Bing cares about
Is
your
it?
privacy.
And that's Sarah. Hold on. Vanille.
Other than that, a little bit more Injustice 2. Did you play any more?
I have not.
I tried out.
I reinitiated my PS4 by accident, and everything
You reformatted it.
well, for them it's called
Transferring?
reinitiating or
Oh.
whatever. So yeah, everything is wiped off my PS4.
Good. Very good.
Yep.
That's
Not what I wanted.
how'd that happen? How'd you manage to do that?
Because my PS4 is crappy. It has a problem. That specific model type, which is the Uncharted 4 one,
Uh-huh.
has a problem with going into sleep mode and waking back up. It doesn't
Alright.
wake back up. So I have to hard boot to go into like that like safe mode and boot
yeah.
it up that way. And even then it still has trouble because the type of monitor that I'm playing on is a computer monitor, not a TV. So when it goes into standby and it doesn't detect anything being used with the HDMI cord, it will auto switch back to my DVI cord. And somehow I think the PS4 really works when it's fully connected to a TV. There's like that constant connection between the HDMI. There's always a signal of some kind.
All right.
But my monitor's like, fuck it, this ain't happening. And then my PS4 was like, well, then it's not happening. They're like an arguing couple. But then I looked up online that a lot of people had a problem with that PS4. So I don't have sleep mode function turned on. It either stays on all the time or I manually turn
Shut
it
it
off.
down. Yeah.
Shut it down completely. So nothing's running in the background. whatever. Somehow that it just wouldn't boot up for some reason. I don't know why. And so I tried doing that safe thing. I got a little impatient, I guess, and slipped. And when I hit that, usually it'll say no is what it's highlighted on. So you don't make that mistake. And it wasn't. So I couldn't stop it. I was like, well, all right. Great. I didn't want to play games.
Well, I mean, you could start fresh, I guess. And
I'm like tempted to get like a slim PS4 and move on, but
PS4 Pro is the future.
I don't even have like a
Xbox One X.
Yeah,
4K.
Yeah, 4K.
4K, native.
4K.
HDR. Yep, video games. Yeah, well, that's a little bit of now playing. Light week. Had a lot of E3 stuff to pay attention to, but little things here and there. Last night, I loaded up my Vita with shit. Because after you guys left, I was like, I want to play stuff. And then I started going through and re-downloading a bunch of stuff on Vita that I hadn't touched in a while. Played Muramasa Rebirth for like 4 minutes, and I went, okay, I'm asleep, and now
I still need to play that. Is that just like a straight up like action game?
Muramasa, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Action, Is
there RP elements to it?
To an extent.
Like you level up and stats and techniques or whatever.
And you get new swords and stuff. It's cool. It's pretty. Very pretty.
I do this thing where I boot up my 3DS and I turn it off.
That's something you could do.
That's something I might be doing.
Maybe. Why don't we take a break? We'll come back. We'll do a little, temperature check on where we're at with E3 stuff. And then recant our predictions and see where we ended up. Cool?
Cool.
All right. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Free Cheese, episode 201. So E3 happened. How do we feel?
Underwhelmed to a degree.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah, nothing like super blew me away, and there was little moments where I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like I'm looking forward to that, but right now it's just not like I'm like not losing sleep over it.
Yeah, I think the majority of the announcements were kind of like,
These are games, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of these are going to be like games that we will end up really loving in the future. But right now, it's just maybe not a good way to either present them, or it's just like maybe we're in the right mindset for it. I don't know. I just feel like there's just something off. Most of it.
Yeah.
I think I'm underwhelmed, but I still thought it was a good to very good, somewhere in that range right there.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it it's just this fall was so unknown to us, and to a degree, I think it still kind of is. Or there's just nothing coming.
I wonder if that means Gamescom is going to be big.
Probably.
I don't know. I feel like once you get into Gamescom territory, it's a little bit too soon. Like only certain franchises can pull off the. All right, well, it's coming to you in 2 months.
Some people could be some people could be good at really being quiet, and I would hate to be somebody that's making a game and they're like have an E3 deadline. Try to get something out by then so they can show it off. I'd rather them not do that. So.
Exactly. But no, like your Gamescom and like correlation to like maybe this fall, this holiday, like I don't think you can do that at that point unless you're something like Grand Theft Auto or a Fallout or something like that. Yeah. And I don't think those franchises are like that. My question, I actually just now thought of this: did developers stay away from this fall because they thought RDR was supposed to come out? On top of Battlefront 2.
I don't think people care about that as much as
like a Grand Theft Auto.
I feel like Wolfenstein and Mario.
I don't mean that. I just mean like I don't think that's gonna tell me, okay, let's just wait 6 months to put my game out because Red Dead Redemption's coming out. Either like I don't think that affects it. I think if your game's ready, you want to get it out there. I think that this generation's been tough on everybody as they try and like learn the new architecture. And now we're in this half step between two generations. Everything partway through the last few years start shifting towards 4K and HDR and all of those things, and we have this sort of like IP fatigue that's settled it. Like there's a lot. We're in a weird space right now.
It's a weird transition.
So I don't know. I think some developers are kind of maybe caught between two platforms. Like if you look at where Nintendo was with the Wii U, there were a lot of franchises that we're going to start to see now on Switch that they'd probably been working on them for quite a while. Like Odyssey, clearly been in development for a little bit. Breath of the Wild, definitely in development for a little bit. And those things kind of had to wait for the Switch to come out before they could see the light of day. And I think we might be seeing that in another way. Like,
it's like they're playing catch up.
Yeah, I mean, the PS3 generation was fucking long. Like that was 8 years from Xbox 360 to PS4. Like 8 years solid. And I think
even before that, PS2, man.
Well, but just that single generation was just such a long, because PS4 kind of kicked off this one. Well, technically Wii U did, but looking at it that way, right? And 8 years is a really long time, and we were so used to this 5-year cycle of like boom, 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 boom. And yeah, I don't know. It's a weird thing, and I think.
And now we're getting like pseudo system sequels.
Yeah, these like half-step consoles, which I don't know. To be fair, Xbox One X seems like the next step. It just still the fact that everything that's going on that has to also run on the previous.
It kept that one branding, which is shocking to a degree, but not so much.
Yeah, I think too the nature of everything is fucking Twitch is a real thing. YouTube is a real thing. You don't need to look at how Nintendo unveiled the Switch, right? Like the Wii had to be teased about, shown at E3, then at TGS, then at another E3. Before, right? All of those. That's the way we used to roll out consoles. The Scorpio last year was, hey, look at this thing we're making. Can't wait to show you more about it next year. We get a whole half of a press conference dedicated to Xbox One X. Boom. Switch was like, hey, we have a console we're working on. We'll talk to you about it later. And then we get a 3-minute trailer 4 months later. Right? 4? 3?
3.
4? 3?
Well, the trailer was in January, right?
Right. October. Then 3 months later, we get
conference.
Right.
We get the conference that
March.
detailed some launch details and whatever. And then it launched. Like we really only had 2 things, and total, at least time facing the public, was hour and a half, maybe.
Yeah, system's been out for like 3 months.
Right, but like the it's just weird. Like they don't need E3 anymore. E3 is not what it needed.
That was apparent.
And I think that's what I got out of this show is just like.
Yeah, I mean, you have like directs every couple months. Like,
yeah,
why are you here?
Yeah, you don't need much else. To be fair, Nintendo I think kind of did it the best with 25 minutes, boom, 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 done. PlayStation, I think, was probably the weakest of the big 3, just in terms of like, here's some stuff. None of it's really new or surprising. Like, the only thing that was new was another remaster of Shadow of the Colossus.
A lot of the games that I was excited about seemed to come from Microsoft's press conference. That's because they had a lot to show.
Yeah. Yeah, they had a fuck ton to show, which was good. When they came out and said 42 games, like, they did not fuck around. Yeah. And then Sony had 17, which is so few.
I think with those are still my
Everything
favorite.
got time, though, unlike Microsoft's.
I know that.
Sizzle,
I know.
Sizzle, sizzle. They're at the end. They were probably around the 20 mark, and then he gave the sizzle.
Nintendo probably shines in its treehouse part for this stuff.
Yeah.
Getting hands-on.
I mean, they all have that, though, to a degree.
But that's the stuff that transcends E3. They can do that whenever they want.
That's where your day 1, day 2, day 3 kicks in.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, dude. Yeah, I don't know. Weird show. I don't know. Final thoughts on any of that stuff?
I want Devolver to come back next year.
Yeah, Devolver had a fun little. It was very.
It was a little skit, more. Well, not little, but
That's why I appreciate it. They were just like, "Fuck you. Here's this. Enjoy." I mean, they do have a thing. They do have like a lot out there where people can play their games and stuff. But I didn't expect that. Nothing like that at all. And I'm glad they kind of just like poked fun for a little bit. I think that E3 needed something like that.
Agreed.
But Bethesda is still really charming to me in the back of my head. Like I'm still like that left an impression.
Yeah, Bethesda was good. I'm excited. I'm really hoping that by the time we're done recording, the New Order finished downloading.
Yeah, like
pick that up on that sale.
And like I didn't expect myself to even like be impressed by Bethesda because I usually don't. The only game I've really played is Doom, and that's not that's more recent.
Yeah.
Like I never cared for Skyrim or Fallout or anything. I never hated them. I just never cared.
Yeah.
And Wolfenstein, I never played. I just was never exposed to it enough. But now I really want to play it.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know, just the way they just did everything. It was.
Yeah, dude, if you can pick it up on sale this week for $10, like, go do it. It's worth it. It's worth it, definitely.
No big things though. Like there wasn't that one thing. I think the biggest thing is probably Metroid Prime 4, and it was just a logo, which.
And it's only big because we've been like suffering, crying about it, and then we finally get what we want. But then again, it's like it's.
Well,
just
we didn't get everything that we wanted.
Right? No, I know. We get. You're wearing a shirt.
No, you're right though.
But I meant like it was just a logo. Like anybody could just whip up a logo.
I know.
Here you go.
Yeah, it's a shame. But yeah, E3 behind us now, which is weird because we spent all year looking forward to it. So I guess the next big one, maybe we'll get some stuff out of Comic-Con next month.
Yeah.
Potentially some stuff at Evo.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to look at.
Gamescom in August, TGS September. Then Mario's out.
You have to.
There's PAX.
Yeah, that usually gets a couple of good.
Say, I mean, you sometimes you just don't see a big front though from all of those conferences. Like Sony or Microsoft might pick one of those three to conference at and say, "Here we go. This is it." Blah 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 for like 30 minutes or so.
Yeah, true.
That's the only thing about that.
I think we'll be okay throughout the year.
Oh, we're gonna be fine. I don't think the fall was as stacked as we thought it was gonna be. But 2018.
Yeah.
What a fucking year that's going to be if everything
in
pans
a way,
out.
probably for the best if you have a big backlog of things to play.
Oh, the backlog's never ending.
Yeah, but at least you get a little jump.
A little break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like first quarter this year, man.
Yeah,
March.
it was a lot.
March
was
Fuck March. I'm still playing March games.
Yeah, and they're still haven't started. So yeah, it's fucking wild. Cool. Well, why don't we take the next few minutes? We'll kind of run through our predictions from episode 200, tally up some points, and crown one of ourselves the winner before we take off. We'll see about that. Let's start with Microsoft because we really only counted the Microsoft, PlayStation, and Nintendo stuff. For Microsoft, I said the Xbox is $499, but I called it the Xbox and said it's $499. Now, what I'll argue is that what the console is called is the Xbox One X, which does spell out Xbox. So I believe that's a full point.
Oh, no. There is no way.
This is where I would bring in the half point thing because in your mind that's not what you... Like, your attention wasn't going to be the acronym spells Xbox.
And as someone who has scrolled through Reddit a little bit, I have not seen anyone use the acronym yet. I've seen people joke about it, but no one use it.
People will probably use the number one more than the O.
And developers, for their games, are saying Xbox One, Xbox One X. Granted, there's a lot of X's in that line. However, it is an Xbox One X.
All right, give myself a half a point.
So we're doing half points.
Get the price.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to win because of the half point.
So here's how I'm going to do this, just for visual sake. I'm drawing a full line, but that's a one line is a half point. Cool?
Okay. I'm eye on you.
Good. I said Crackdown 3 is re-revealed, the big title for this fall.
I don't know what its release date was.
I don't know what you mean by re-reveal, but I think you should get the whole point.
They hadn't talked about it in years.
It got announced like last year.
I thought they talked about it last year.
It was a few years ago.
Oh.
It's been a while.
I remember the narrator talking.
It had been a while because they talked about how it was going to be all cloud-based.
You know what? Terry Crews, full point.
All right.
Do we remember if there was a release date?
What is that? You just gave yourself 3 lines.
Right. So one line was for the Xbox, for the price. then that's my half point. And now a full point, which is 2 lines for this whole.
So each dash is a half point.
Correct.
Okay.
Remember when I said that?
I think it went right over my head.
I pay attention.
Because I was thinking of an alternate solution to this.
November 7th, Crackdown 3.
Yeah, it launches right with the thing.
Which...
Yeah.
We'll come back around. Don't worry.
I said that everything is on Windows 10, which they didn't come out and say what I thought they were going to say. There were a lot of things that are on Windows 10. They did not come out and say.
You said the whole back catalog too. Right?
Yeah, I was saying fucking everything.
Everything they announced is on Windows 10.
Yeah, but
Your stick. Okay.
I wanted to say if you bought something on Xbox One on that platform or on that store, you'd open up Windows 10 and just have it on your PC, which you don't. Perfect Dark reboot. Nope. And Killer Instinct adding Banjo Master Chief and Joanna Dark and Dom. Not Dom.
Dom.
I wrote Dom. What's the guy's? Marcus Phoenix. That's his name.
You got really ambitious with that.
So
Dom.
no. So
yeah, from Fast and Furious, real ambitious.
So I got 1.5 points for Microsoft.
Good for you.
Yeah. Matt?
All right. Start off. Xbox Scorpio is called the Xbox Elite, and it's priced at $499.
All right, so it's going to be a half point.
Half point, although I would argue for 0.75 because...
I'm going to argue a half point.
Phil Spencer said they thought about naming it the Xbox Elite.
Right, but it's not, so...
All right, well, half point, I'll take that. Well, not this one. The Xbox Elite is the Steam machine we never got. It runs Windows 10 with keyboard and mouse support. I don't think I'm getting any of that one.
Sorry, but yeah, no.
None of that one. I'm not going to give it 3 either. The Elite controller comes standard with the Xbox Elite.
Nope. All right.
But this is where it comes back around.
All right.
Crackdown 3 gameplay shown on Xbox Elite. Comes out same day as Elite.
All right. That's a full point.
Thank you very much. And PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds announced for Xbox Elite, but
what?
But it's not the Elite, it's the Xbox One.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, cool. There's another full point. So
2.
that gives
5.
you 2.5.
In the lead!
Very good.
As long as I beat Joe.
Very good indeed. All right, well, Mark, give me what you got.
Okay, well, there wasn't Battletoads.
Oh, okay.
There was nothing Halo really related. They just showed Master Chief for like a hot second.
Okay.
So I guess I don't really count that. Because who knows what that is. You know?
I think that was probably just Halo 5, honestly.
Yeah, it was just like a sizzle reel thing.
Might have been Halo Wars 2.
Or that, yeah.
I thought they were just trying to show off like Xbox One X's like 4K resolution, and they showed, you know, Master Chief and those other characters. So I'm not counting that. Mixer integrated in the Scorpio. I don't even know what the hell I'm saying at this point, because you can go on Mixer with your Xbox One already. So, but maybe.
But I've argued because they talked about it on stage. I'd be more than willing to give you the point there.
Yeah, I'll give you a point for Mixer.
You sure?
They talked a lot about Mixer.
And then
But did they say,
I think what you meant was that
it was like very user friendly. It's just boom right there.
Yeah.
Like
I'm giving you the point.
Okay.
Because he spent time with it, and there was that one game, the Hunger Games game, that had Mixer involved.
Yeah. And the other one, I just had it. Oh yeah, there wasn't any Red Dead Redemption 2 exclusive launch info.
Well, you get a point. So right now, as it stands, Matt's leading us with 2.5 points. I got 1.5. Mark got a cool 1. Moving on to PlayStation. This is where I definitely win. By definitely, I mean...
Not at all, because I'm not doing much better either.
Number 1, I said Patapon 4 and PS1 Classics announced. Despite the fact that I chanted Pata Pata Patapon at the beginning of every trailer, did not actually get a Patapon. No points.
No Patapon.
I said that Warner Brothers announces new DC Comics game. Justice League is the focus. PlayStation gets exclusive content developed by Rocksteady. It's going to be another hot 0 points. I said a Vita successor would be announced. Switch-esque with backwards compatibility across the entire PlayStation
you're
family.
reaching there.
No dice. I said that Sucker Punch would announce their new Infamous game. Nope. No word from Sucker Punch. And I said there'd be no mention or tease of PlayStation 5. 1 point.
What a gimme.
I wouldn't necessarily call it a gimme because they very easily, depending on what Scorpio was, could have come out and been like, guys, we're making one too. It's okay.
PS4 Pro 2
Yeah.
next year.
Matt, what you got?
All right, Your Dreams continues. Bloodborne 2, March 2018.
Would have been great. Maybe, hey, TGS, come on.
Your Dreams continues. PSN name change. First one is on us. Still not a thing.
Maybe PSX.
Your Dreams continues. No Vita. One VR segment that showcases a few games.
Okay.
That's headlined by the reintroduction of Dreams by Media Molecule.
I'm going to give you a 0.66.
What do you mean by no Vita?
No mention
of Vita.
No mention of Vita. Like, not one, not two, not three.
Are we counting the pre-show?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a 0.66.
Why 0.66?
Because you had a
Just make it easy. 0.5.
You had a 3-part prediction.
It's 0.5.
And you had 2/3 of that.
So, if you can keep track of it, if you have a new system.
Yeah, I'm going to write 0.66.
Okay, all right.
0.666. That's what you get.
It's a half point.
Yeah, really.
All right.
All right. Here we go. Your Dreams continues. Spider-Man gameplay.
Okay.
Release window fall 2017.
Okay, that's a 0.5.
All right.
What else you got?
Then the last one, the big swing and miss here. Your Dreams continues. Last of Us Part 2 and Death Stranding. Gameplay shown. Death Stranding gets a fall 2018 release window.
Yeah, no.
That's a big swing and miss. Neither even at the show.
Yeah.
And that's where I get a point. Because there was no Death Stranding.
All right, so hold on. Let me we'll kick it over to Mark. So you say no Death Stranding. That's 2 points for Mark. What else do you have?
This is nothing, but I just wanted to mention it because I was like 10% close. New Team Japan IP. Team Japan was there, but no new IP. Unless you want to technically count it as a new IP.
That's not
a new IP.
It used to be Team Eco, and
That's
that was
not
their
a new
game.
IP.
No, this is a remaster, not by them. They're just looking at it and making sure it doesn't get fucked
There's
up by
two
Blue
people
Point.
at Blue Point.
Steve Blue and Steve Point. Go ahead.
That's I can't. I don't. I only had the ones that I wrote down that I thought were shoo-ins. I kind of forget what I wrote for Sony.
Well, then.
But I knew they didn't count. So that's
All right. Then Mark gets a point. I get a point. Matt gets 1.166 points. Very good. We'll kick it over to our friends at Nintendo, which...
All right. I wanted Phantasy Star, Resident Evil 2.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
Sorry, boo. So for Nintendo, I said Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo Switch contains all Wii U and 3DS content, adds Inklings, Rayman, Bomberman, and Springman/Ribbon Girl with new stages from Splatoon, Rayman, and remade classic stages. Supports the GameCube controller adapter, and it's out before Christmas.
I will give you 0.05 points for everything you got right there.
What?
None of it.
Oh, 0.05. Yeah, right, got it. Yes, that's a big fat 0 points. I said, and we'll just read the shirt, region free means Mother 3, which didn't happen during the spotlight, but damn it, it still might happen this week. Think about it.
Zero.
Earthbound Beginnings was announced at their pre-show as an aside. They were in the middle of they were about to do their Super Mario Maker tournament, and they went, hey, you guys like Earthbound? Look, here's the Mother 1.
I mean, that's like saying any of our stuff could be announced whenever.
I'm not giving myself a point. I'm just saying that
But no, you're
for
right.
those of
Like,
us
it
that
could happen.
are, upset about No Mother 3, it could still happen.
Always room for possibility.
Along with, hey, touch your Lucas Amiibo to your Joy-Con to download Mother 3 today. Number 3, I said Virtual Console launches this summer, includes support for every Nintendo platform. No points. I said we get a Nintendo Land-style game combining franchises and the use of Amiibo. Didn't happen. However, 1 point goes to Metroid Prime 4. So there it is.
Is that what you said, Metro Prime 4?
I just wrote down Metroid Prime 4.
Damn.
I don't know if last week I said it was developed by Retro. Can't remember that far back. If somebody wants to go back and check me, we could retroactively deduct some points, but what I have written down here is Metroid Prime 4. Matt?
All right. Super Smash Bros. Announced, called Smash Bros. Deluxe Edition. Is to come in the first half of 2018. Nothing.
Nope.
Virtual Console announced, comes out the same day as the online system.
Nope.
Animal Crossing phone gameplay discussed and revealed. It ties into the Switch game that is revealed immediately afterwards.
God, I wish.
Nothing there. Close-ish. Pokemon Stadium announced for Switch. We'll talk to Sun and Moon in some way. Got the wrong franchise. Should have said new core Pokemon.
That was funny. The way they showed it, the guy's like, look, I know you little shits wanted Pokemon Stars. All right? Look, I'm going to make something on here. Just shut up.
He had Matt's computer, too.
Did. However, this is almost the full point. Almost.
Go ahead.
Metroid is back, and you're getting 2 games. One is a side-scroller for the 3DS this year.
Damn.
And a Prime game for Switch, holiday 2018.
Damn, you fucked up.
I would give him a point.
No, he gets the half point.
All right, fine. You get half.
I would say
that's a good
0.75. 4 parts.
You said 3DS this year, Switch 2018. All right, you get a 0.75.
That's impressive.
Could be 0.8 because I said Metroid is back, and that's the 5th part.
You get a 0.75. What else do you have?
That's it.
All right. Mark, bring us home.
Oh, what a whiff. So my Smash predictions, nothing.
Okay.
What else? I had this written, I think, under... No, I didn't. No. Oh, yeah, the Master Sword and Skyrim for Switch.
You got that.
That was one I got right.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the only one I got right.
Okay.
I can't remember what else I had.
If I was the only one you had right.
Yeah,
One
that's all
point.
that matters, you know? Let's cut that fat off.
All right, so let's tally this shit up. Looks like I got a point for Nintendo, a point for PlayStation, and 1.5 for Microsoft. So that's going to bring me in at 3.5. Matt got 2.5 for Microsoft, 1.166 for PlayStation, and 0.75 for Nintendo. So that brings you in at, well, it would be 2.666 plus 0.75 brings you to 3. Yes, 3.3. Nope, 3.416. And then Mark got a point for each across the board. Brings you in at 3. Wait, is that right? Is my math right? I might be fucking you over for points here, Matthew.
Oh, what points? What, 2.7 or 2.66, 0.75?
No, 2.666 plus
0.75. That's it right there.
0.75 plus. Wait, no, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, no, my math is right. Oh shit, then I won.
How much do you have?
3.5.
Ah.
Fuck this point system. It would have been a 3-way tie.
I had 3.5 against Matt's 3.416. Against Matt's 3 or Mark's 3.
I'm surprised I got 3.
Not bad.
I think that's a lot more than what I had last time.
Considering all of mine were fucking wishful thinking bullshit pipe dreams.
That's the right mind going into it.
Yeah. A little bit.
I mean, I don't know. I could have been boring and predicted and got probably an easy 10 points, but that's not fun.
I don't even think you could have.
No, it's not fun doing safe bets.
I don't mean that. I don't mean like your capabilities. I just mean that like this was so underwhelming that I think even if we had done safe bets,
I could have switched.
they wouldn't have even hit this fucking safe bet.
I could have switched like all those things around. Like I could have just said, well, that was for EA, but like new BioWare IP instead of doing the whole horror thing that I said
Right.
a week ago. Like,
Yeah, for like Bethesda, I said Evil Within 2.
like not even predicted any announced dates. I would have won if I just left out holiday 2018 out of Prime.
Yeah, you fucked up.
I would have had 4 points.
You fucked up. Yeah. So there it is. E3 prediction results. Be fun. I'm curious to see how the year shakes out. Our yearly predictions. That'll be a fun one to revisit.
Oh,
January.
God.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait. Well, I think that's going to do it for episode 201. Nice and short, sweet. Time to just kind of sleep and hope that my nasal cavities recover from the constant burning that is there. Yeah. Yeah. Tired? Is that where we're at with E3?
Yeah, not tired of E3. Just
We did a lot of just
Yeah.
like sitting and staring at the TV.
I'm
over
ready
the
to
last
move
few
on.
days.
I'm ready to play video games again.
Yeah. Me too. Well, we got a lot of shit hitting the website in the next week or so. If you're listening to this right away, that means that now or soon, the Retro Spotlight for Kirby's Adventure goes up, which is funny because I think in the Retro Spotlight, Mark, we talked about wanting a new Kirby game on Switch sooner rather than later, and look at that, we're getting one next year. It's like we can command things into being. Region free means Mother 3. So that'll hit Thursday, I think, the 15th. Mark and I played a little bit of Ibn Ab, fun little co-op game.
He's in.
And I'm Ab. He's here to fuck up the job. And then Monday, that aforementioned Dragon's Crown goes up, which that was like a good over an hour of gameplay. Having some good, hot fun, as they call it. So yeah, more of that to come. Check out our YouTube page. We went ahead and revamped everything. Got a nice little visual unity across all of our
It's pleasing.
things.
Aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, it looks good. So you'll see new title images for Retro Spotlight, for Now Playing. Soon you'll see the new co-op design that we made. New stuff for the podcast, etc., etc., etc. And so it's good shit. I think that's going to do it. That's everything, right? I don't know why I said I think it's going to do it. I'm burnt out. I'm done.
A little bit, yeah.
Bang, bang, motherfuckers.
Bang, bang, motherfucker.
It has to be the best quote of the year.
That's pretty good. Yeah. Oof. Bang, bang. Go to the Twitter. Follow us all on Twitter. The Free Cheese is at Some Free Cheese. Mark is at Aug_Mental. Matt is at MattyIce131. I am at The Free Cheese. Go to thefreecheese.com. Subscribe, iTunes, blah, blah, blah. Email podcast@thefreecheese.com if you want to send us your E3 reactions, thoughts, feelings, wishes, nightmares. Bleh. And let us know how Lightning Returns is, because I'll know soon, and then we'll all know together who the realest of them all is.
I hate that game.
Yeah, how do you... All right. What are you doing tomorrow night? You want to play?
No. I'd rather watch EA's conference 2 times in a row.
Shit.
Without people talking over it. Just straight.
Not a good time.
I'd rather
Not a
play
good time
Lightning
at all.
Returns.
Huh?
I'd rather play Lightning Returns than watch EA's press conference.
Nope, I'm done. The Final Fantasy franchise starting at 13.
I'd just rather play a video game at this point than watch anything.
Yeah, no. I have not played in Dota in like 6 days. And I'm like,
I don't know what's happening anymore. I'm getting dizzy.
yeah. That's what happens when you don't play Dota.
Oh, yeah. Believe me, I know. Very aware. Cool. We'll be back with a regularly scheduled everything next week. So stay tuned for that. Thank you, listener, for hanging out with us. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Matt. See you next time.
Bye.